going to tell us much more about that. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah. And morning, everybody. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about empathy and attitude. And what is empathy? Empathy is really about the ability to understand and share the feelings of others without necessarily having them tell you what they are or express them in any way. It's about being able to anticipate what those feelings are by really having a connection to what that person is feeling, what they might be going through. Sometimes these things aren't visible. We don't know what's going on in the background of our lives, what personal situations we might be in. But somebody that's empathetic can pick up on these kind of vibes and understand what that person's undergoing and what their needs are. And I think Bernd and Philip have talked a lot about empathy in terms of innovation and customer experience. And it is fundamental to businesses creating a connection, an emotional connection with their customers. And it's central to the design of experiences, the design of business models, the design of products, services, and everything that we engage with on a daily basis. But ultimately, it's also delivered mostly by people. And to deliver it properly, we need people to have the right attitude. We need people to be on board in terms of what that company or business stands for, what their values are, and really be excited about what they're doing and being able to deliver it. And very often it falls down because staff are not feeling like they're engaged enough to be able to deliver that. And then there is a lack of empathy. And we need to get that balance right between creating an environment where we can deliver against empathy and have people that are attuned to that with the right kind of attitude to deliver. So I don't know if you know who this guy is. He's been in the news quite a lot. And I thought this was just a wonderful example of a human being that empathized with the situation. And I'm pretty sure he got no training on doing that. I'm pretty sure he wasn't incentivized anyway to behave that way. It's just an innate human ability and an innate thing that we all share. We all have the ability to be empathetic. And it's something that can be taught in terms of being sensitive towards it. But he was there at a service station, and somebody pulled up to fill up with petrol, and suddenly realized they didn't have their bank card and couldn't pay. And he put himself in their situation. I'm sure he doesn't own a car, but he could see that this person was going to head off down the N2 and run out of petrol, on what might happen if she runs out of petrol. And I'm sure we all know that the N2 is not a place that we want to run out of petrol. And so he said, look, I'll put in 100 Rand and I'll pay for it. You can just pay me back when you come around next time. And she did it, off she went. And she was so impressed by that she started a crowdfunding site, went onto a crowdfunding site and started collecting money for him. It's currently sitting at the last time I checked at over 500,000 Rand. So you can see it connected with a lot of people. People sort of wanted to contribute to this guy's cause. And it just shows the power of that little act of human kindness and empathy. But one of the key things that also happened was that some of the people that were contributing, one of them was actually another petrol attendant. He gave 100 Rand because that was the amount of money that had been given for the petrol. Because he said, I never realized that I could trust the customer. And I think that's it. People are not put in a position in terms of doing their jobs where they are seeing customers as people that support the business, that should be trusted, that should be looked at as part of their success and be encouraged to be able to engage in that way. Now, I'm not sure that this can be applied in all situations in the service station environment that you say, just fill up the person's car when they arrive. But the learnings are there in terms of empathy and understanding people's situation and dealing with it. Then there are other examples where it doesn't go so well. So I don't mean to pick on any banks. These are just fairly recent examples, and some of them are. And I think they also just illustrate the opposite of what happens when there isn't empathy. So in the first one, there was a woman that was waiting in the bank, and she'd been waiting for literally a couple of hours, and she needed to go to the bathroom. The bank wouldn't let her leave, go to the bathroom, and come back and get her place in the queue. So she just did what nature was telling her to do. But it's a complete failure of understanding a very basic human need and making a plan around it. And I'm pretty sure that those staff felt that they were following the rules. There were probably procedures in place that told them they weren't allowed to do this and weren't allowed to do this. To basically seeing somebody with a very clear situation where they need some assistance and just basically ignoring it. And justifying it that they're following the rules. The second one was also fairly recent, where another angry customer, also I think a big thing for hours, nobody was willing to help it, actually went outside and took a car and drove it through the drove right into the branch. Not once, but multiple times. These people probably had a huge sense of humor failure. And it was because these businesses really didn't connect with them as customers, didn't understand their situation, didn't understand how they were feeling. A lot of it probably with them feeling justified that they were doing the right thing. And the last one, just for balance, was a few years ago, but a similar situation. Somebody had, I think, a problem with their vehicle that they thought they paid off in the bank and other ideas. So they were so upset that they took a bag of snakes and threw it into the branch. So people can react quite unrealistic in terms of being that brands and businesses don't understand. And while we're on the sort of lack of empathy, businesses can also, from a corporate point of view, design themselves to be anti-empathetic in how they treat customers. If you treat customers just as a way to extract profit and not as seeing them as people that you are providing service to and helping them in what they're doing, you end up with situations where you are forcing people to be unhappy about giving you their money. An example again with the banks is things like penalty fees. Why do you want to have penalty fees? Why can't you design processes that you don't need penalty fees? If somebody who has very little money goes to the bank and puts in their card to withdraw some money, finds out that they don't have enough money to withdraw that amount and is fined for just doing that, that is fundamentally wrong. Yet banks do it. They make a lot of money out of it. Hotels, the minibar, my favorite. Why rip people off when they're staying in a hotel? I was in a hotel last week and I paid 25 rand for a bottle of water. It's just, why? You know, it's just all about money in relative terms, but it doesn't make you want to go back to that hotel. And a lot of hotels are now actually providing free minibars, because why not? You're there, you need to start, be nice. Airlines, also. Pay 850 rand for a ticket to Johannesburg, you want to change it, and they charge you 1,500 to change it. It's insane. And again, it's unnecessary. Yes, you can say it's a business model, we need to make money, these are all the way. But is it empathetic to your customers' needs? Now the simple one, restaurants charging corkage. Yes, you can do it. It's an irritation. But is it really the kind of thing you should be doing? And mobile networks. So it's everywhere in terms of ways that businesses are treating customers. And the reason I bring it up is not so much for the little things that they're doing here, but the example that they're setting to their employees, the culture that they're creating in the organizations, that it's okay. Usually in smaller businesses where you've got sort of a guru or a dominant person operating as a mentor, there's a lot of things that get done together. It's teamwork, it's about cohesion, it's very about providing good customer service and things in the right way, very collaborative, within focus being internal and being flexible there. On the top right we have what we call an adhocracy culture, which is also again lots of new startups, but very innovative companies bringing new things out to the market. And there it's about flexibility, trying things, failing. You don't get into trouble if you mess up, you start again, try again, and very focused on creating solutions for customers and getting products out there. In the bottom right, we have what we call a market culture, which is where a lot of companies find themselves in. They're bigger companies generally, a lot of rules and processes to keep things stable and make sure things are done the right way, but also very external focus in terms of success, in terms of competition, in terms of winning out in the marketplace. So very often a strong focus on customer service and having the best products and so forth, but also with the downside risk of being very short long-term thinking. It's about success now. It's maybe about providing returns to our shareholders. It's about having metrics which are all about the money rather than necessarily about the people. So we need to be careful when we get into those types of dynamics that happen there. And then on the left, it's also about big organizations, which are very hierarchical, lots of rules and procedures and layers of management. And we focus really on internal stuff and on control, and very often losing sight of the customer. So it's all driven by processes, by rules, by micromanagement, and those are some of the dangers there. Every organization needs a mix of these different cultures within the organization, but it's really about seeing if you're having problems with your creating a customer-centric environment, is where are you potentially going wrong with some of these topics. And then a new sort of movement that's happening is called Kill the Stupid Rule, which is about identifying within an organization those rules, those processes that are actually creating barriers to providing a better customer experience. And I've experienced this quite a lot myself. The most recent time being where I actually had a situation where the staff member was explaining to me that they couldn't help me because they were following the rules, and they were very proud of the fact that they were sticking to the rules. That was their main thing that they needed to make sure they were doing, was sticking to the rules. So they were very happy about that, but I was an unhappy customer. And our focus and our attention goes on to the wrong things when we monitored or penalized or incentivized on following strict rules and things without the customer being at point. And this is a relatively easy thing to do, to have a look at what are the things that will have the biggest impact on your customers and the easiest to implement. You just make a list of them and see how you can get rid of them. So it's about getting rid of the barriers to helping our staff deliver a great customer experience. An example of this is the Ritz-Carlton, which is really an example of really getting customer experience right. And they've been very successful for the last 20 years or so, following what they call the 20 basic rules, which outline the values of the organization and guidelines, quite definitive guidelines for employees to follow to make sure that they're doing things right. So one of them, for instance, was always smile, maintain eye contact, customers within a certain number of meters away from you, greet them and use words like good morning, certainly, I'll be happy to, my pleasure. The only problem is over time, these were the only words they were using. It became distorted, it just didn't seem genuine anymore. So they revisited these rules and changed it to 12 values. And said to people, you don't have to follow these exact words. This is what we want you to do. We want you to be proud of your professional appearance, your language, and your behavior. You decide what the words are that you use, but these are the values that you follow. And these are kind of things as well, where we can get rid of rules and rather transfer them into principles and values where we can trust our employees to actually do the right thing. Obviously with some training going behind. The other key thing is just empowering employees. And this is, again, an example of the Ritz-Carlton. There are other examples. There was a South African example that they copied this. They're not offering $2,000 per guest per incident, which is quite a lot, but the Ritz-Carlton really goes overboard for delivering this. I think they had something like 200 rand a year per customer that they could do something. But the effect is the same. Basically what you're saying to staff is you're empowered to solve this problem, to help the customer out, to go above and beyond and do something. And that's really the power of this, is it's about saying, we trust you. You have the autonomy to make these decisions, and you won't get into trouble if you do it. And then getting on to technology. Technology, I think, is a wonderful solution to a lot of the issues that we face around processes and making things efficient for customers, making it seamless. An easy example, I think, is when the technology fails, then there is clearly a lack of empathy, because you don't even have a human to deal with, you're just stuck with the problem. But another problem can occur when the technology is actually working so wonderfully that there's never any human interaction, it just happens. And where are you creating any memorable moments in that situation? So if everybody, if your competitors start doing it, there's nothing that makes you memorable. So we just have to also be careful that we need to still have humans in the loop to create emotional engagement and create that connection. I'm just going to show an example of a video here of where things are going in terms of AI technology.
So the world we live in is going through incredible transformation right now. You imagine living in a world 10 years from now and only 15% of the interactions you have with an organisation are with a live human. And this is where we see a major opportunity, but also a challenge for many organisations is they create standardisation with customers, but not individualisation. And whilst the world is on this fast track to digital, we need to be thinking about how does digital become more human.
So FaceMe is a technology company, but we're all about people. If we think about the way machines are at the moment and chatbots and that sort of thing, it's just lacking that emotion, lacking that connection, right? What we're doing here is we're trying to pick the best bits of humanity. We're trying to pick the best aspects of the human connection and engagement, and then trying to pick the best bits of artificial intelligence. And we bring that all together to be able to give you this experience that is just seamless.
FaceMe's solution is an artificially intelligent customer service assistant. And these customer service assistants are able to help you at any time. So it doesn't matter how busy the call center is or how busy the tellers are at the branch, you can instantly get an answer and get help. From a consumer's point of view, FaceMe provides an experience which is immediate, more personal, and makes people feel valued. If you've interacted with them before, they'll remember those habits and preferences. And they also know who you are as a customer and what services or products you have with that company. You can use that to improve the interaction with you. So this is something that we offer that complements what humans can offer and raises the bar when it comes to customer experiences.
The heart of FaceMe is about valuing people. It permeates everything we do, from designing and training our digital employees through to the way we work with our customers. Once the digital employee goes live, we work very closely with our customers to look at what the data is telling us and understand how we can keep training the digital employee to get better and better and deliver excellent customer experiences.
So customer experience and customer relationship is going to be the currency of the future. And digital platforms today have heavily commoditized and standardized these experiences. And FaceMe solves this by making digital experiences more human.
As we face into the future, the companies who are able to make their customers' lives easier and create memorable experiences are the companies who are going to win.
The world is facing problems that we as humans can't solve on our own. And the only way we're going to solve these problems is by bringing humans and technology together. And that is what the FaceMe platform delivers.
So it's exciting stuff. I mean, this technology can actually read your facial expression and pick up what you're feeling at the time and respond in the appropriate way depending on what it's interpreting your feeling as. So I think this is really powerful where you need to scale out solutions where you can create a genuine connection with your customers. I don't think it will replace people, but I think the bigger opportunity is to leverage this type of technology to be able to help your frontline staff to be able to deal with customers in a empathetic way. If it can read what their mood is, how they're feeling, and maybe provide prompts or other ways of interpreting it, maybe a little bit about their history, who they are, you have a very powerful combination to enable people to be more. And ultimately, that's what it's about. And I think Philip touched on it earlier as well. It's really about how you make people feel that makes it memorable and unforgettable in terms of the experience that you have. So the last bit that I just want to touch on is once we've got all these things happening and we're creating empathetic situations, how do we actually measure it? How do we know that we're doing the right thing? And one of the ways that we do that is literally by putting two simple questions in voice of customer program. And the one is just an emotional scale. Just using an example here that you can change those words to whatever the context is that you're doing. The idea being that you pick up on how customers are feeling in that instant rather than how satisfied they are or how quick they managed to do something. How did this make you feel? And then we ask one open-ended question, which is, why did you feel that way? So that we can understand the context of it. And the impact of this is just demonstrated here in a case study that was done in the UK, where we looked at a bank which had a very high performance in terms of their customer experience and loyalty. So those are very good scores. And we just looked at those people that were satisfied with their last interaction. They had a great performance score, but their preference score wasn't as high as it could be, which means that they preferred other banks as well. This bank was doing a great job, but there were other banks that they would still consider as well. If we look at people that said they were delighted, their performance score goes up a little bit more, but their preference score is incredibly high. So they've moved on from being, you guys are doing a great job, but I consider other banks, to actually I don't consider you. You're just great at everything else, and that gap has dropped off. So there is a marked improvement in engagement just with that one movement from being satisfied to delighted. And when we have a look at the kind of open-ended responses that help us to put a bit of context behind this, if we look at people that say they were satisfied, it's usually all the functional stuff that comes through. Got what I wanted, it was really quick, there's no problems, resolved my problem. Can't fault the company in terms of doing that. When we look at people that are delighted, we start seeing that human connection coming through. So in this instance, it was about the humanity of the manager, communication, easy process, they understood my state of mind, the worked as partners, the way they attended to me. It's all those human connection things. And that is the difference between elevating from just being satisfied to being really delighted. So just to wrap up, a couple of key things that we feel that businesses need to do to create empathy. The first, start off with a clear customer purpose. Are your values and your principles clear to your organization and your staff members? What you stand for, what you are doing? Is the organization structure and culture supportive of customer centricity? Can your employees actually deliver on that in terms of the way that you structure, incentivize, order, and so forth? Get rid of any rules and procedures that inhibit customer-centric behavior and innovation, and also empower your employees to be able to solve customer problems with the right training, support, tools, and recognition to do that. And then lastly, just make sure that you're measuring and monitoring how you're doing and adapt accordingly to that. Thank you very much.